Welcome to Microsoft Security 360. Now here's our host, Mike Nash.
Hello, I'm Mike Nash, Microsoft's Senior Executive in charge of security. I'd like to welcome you to this very special edition of Security 360. This month, we're doing something different on Security 360. We'll be taking you live to the 2005 RSA Conference at the Moscone Center in San Francisco for Bill Gates' keynote address. The RSA Conference is one of the most important information security events of the year. The conference brings together IT professionals, developers, policymakers, industry leaders, and academics. There they share ideas on technology trends and best practices related to the latest security threats. In his address, Bill will share his perspective on the state of security today and what Microsoft is doing to better protect its customers. I'm sure you'll find Bill's talk informative, so stay tuned. Next month, Security 360 will be returning to our familiar format, including the live Q&A session. If you have any questions before then, please send them to ask360@microsoft.com. And now let's turn things over to Bill Gates at the 2005 RSA Conference.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here to talk about the progress that's been made in the last year and some of the challenges ahead, both in terms of what Microsoft is doing and the work we're doing with partners to set new standards, enforce new laws, and make sure that the full potential of the digital revolution is not held back by security problems. So I titled my speech today, Raising the Security Bar. I wanted to mention that I was recently involved in a very interesting breach of security. I was off at a conference called the World Economic Forum in Davos. And what happened was I wrote some notes, very important notes, during a session sitting next to the Prime Minister of the UK, Tony Blair. And I accidentally left these notes behind, which was very irresponsible. And so the press came up and got those, and they mistakenly thought they were from Prime Minister Blair. In fact, they did deep handwriting analysis to see that he was not a natural leader. He must have been nervous, really wasn't sure what he was doing. And the British press really had a heyday with this. Went on for many days. And I was off traveling, but someone who worked for me noticed that these scribbles looked a lot like my scribbles. And so they called up 10 Downing Street and said that the Prime Minister was off the hook, that in fact they were my notes. So I brought them here. These are the actual notes that I mistakenly left behind. And so I can show you some of the things that are on here. Remind Melinda to record 24. Why does Bill Clinton get to sit next to Angelina Jolie? I'm hungry. And perhaps worst of all, I've got my new password up there. So in the future, I will exercise more care. But I got a very nice note from the Prime Minister for fessing up that these were, in fact, my notes. Well, moving on to broader security problems, there's no doubt that every year that goes by, the world is more and more connected. The need for the Internet to work reliably and all the systems on it to be able to trust the information that's out there, it's great all the time. And most of the talks I give are really focused on the great improvements there, how that will improve efficiency, how it will streamline commerce, how e-government is a fundamental improvement in the way citizens relate to the various departments. Fantastic advances in the hardware industries, delivering its improvements with new versions of Windows and Office. We're enabling new things, and it's quite fantastic. Bringing together the world of telephony, the world of video, the world of data, very rich new scenarios going ahead at full speed. And there's really only one thing that could stand in the way of realizing the full potential of that digital infrastructure.